Emergency services are scrambling to assist flood-affected residents all over Johannesburg. Hundreds of families, home and business owners have found themselves under the weather, literally. Heavy rains have caused major flooding in various parts across the city. While many homes were flooded, roads and bridges were completely destroyed as well. eNCA's Heidi Giokos is out and about in Soweto this afternoon and is joining us now for an update. Good afternoon, Heidi. Tell us exactly where are you in Soweto and what's happening there?
Yes, so we are at the Dlamini Bridge here in Soweto, Bradan. Earlier on, we were in Kliptown, where we do understand that one house had been completely submerged by the rains that happened in the early hours of this morning. We also know that an elderly man and woman were actually saved. A helicopter had to move in to assist them, but that is just further up from where I'm standing. Where I currently am now, my colleague Tebogo will just show you. What we do understand is that a taxi was swept away this morning in the early hours of this morning, according to police, at around 3-4 o'clock this morning. Luckily, the taxi driver managed to get out of the taxi. He then clung onto the reeds. As you can see, this is quite this is an area where there's lots of water and there are reeds, and he managed to hang onto the reeds and then he was rescued. But as you can see, the taxi has been completely submerged. What we also have been told by authorities is the fact that there was another car believed to be a Polo. The people inside the Polo managed to get out of the vehicle before it was swept away. So luckily, in this particular area, nobody has lost their lives or is still missing. I'm going to ask my colleague Tebogo to just show you the water is slowly subsiding, and that is of course because of it not raining at this stage. But as you can see, it must have been quite heavy rains, because it's going to be a bit difficult for my colleague to show you. But on my far right-hand side, the reeds are completely down, Bradan, and that just shows possibly how heavy the rains actually were. But luckily, it's not raining at this stage, and it seems as though the water is subsiding. It seems that a large part of Soweto has been affected by the rains. We do know that Snake Park has been affected, Protea has been affected, Kliptown, and of course Dlamini has also been affected. Authorities are of course trying their best to try and get to everybody as much as possible, but what we do understand is that so far everybody that seemed to be in a distressed situation or needed to be rescued has of course been rescued. We also know Lenasia is almost completely submerged, parts of Lenasia of course, not the whole of Lenasia. So it seems as though those rains in the early hours of this morning really caused some serious damage here in Gauteng.
I see there's some dark clouds hovering above in that part of Soweto where you are, Heidi. And that's one of the many, many low-lying bridges of Soweto where you are there between Kliptown and Dlamini. There's also been other kinds of infrastructure damage, Heidi, and I understand that large parts of Soweto are without power due to the flooding.
Yes, so we do know that because of the flooding and because of the heavy storms that we have been seeing, we do know that power lines have, of course, been damaged because of this. You know, the visuals that we have shown you truly speak to I'm actually just going to move a little bit to the side, Bradan, because I can see people are trying to walk across here. But as you can see how serious the rain actually was, it just shows you the severe impact of the rain, and of course power lines have been damaged, infrastructure has also been damaged. I think we'll know the extent of the damage once things settle down, and hopefully, I know you mentioned the fact that there are some clouds over us at the moment. Hopefully we do not see what happened in the early hours of this morning, but I think City Power will be able to ascertain exactly the extent of damage. I do know, and I have been told by some Soweto residents, that large parts of Kliptown are without electricity at this stage because of the rains and because of what's happened to those power lines.